Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with Because Bitcoin. And today, for 10 minutes max, we are going to be speed running through all of my favorite Caspa setups to paint a comprehensive picture of where I believe that we're at right now on this current move and in the larger grand scheme of the Caspa cycle. Before we dive in, guys, please consider liking and also subscribing if you are new here. And again, this segment is called 10 Minutes Max, where I deliver you all of your daily alpha in under 10 minutes. So Caspa is just kind of after marking up recently, and this was a big move, right? This is one that we were aggressively accumulating down here. It marked up almost 100%. I mean, low 90s, and now it's still up, 70% from that low. And again, we were aggressively accumulating right here. So fantastic for followers of Because Bitcoin, members of our Discord. We have been just eating off of this. And I see a lot of people online saying like, "Oh, Caspa's not moving. It's so boring. Other things are popping off right now." Classic, right? Classic. You absolutely love to see it. Happens every single time. But yeah, I mean, I think that Caspa, just to go to the end and then we'll come back, I think it's getting ready for basically another 100% move right now. And I'm going to explain why. So let's talk about this one first. So you guys, for those that have been following me on Twitter, you guys know that my higher time frame target for this move is in fact a move up to this high time frame 2.618. All right, you guys, if you follow me on Twitter, you've definitely seen this chart. But this right here is why we had so much conviction to accumulate at 9 to 10 cents during this prolonged multi-month long reaccumulation, was because of what we saw here on this 1.618. Again, from this high, first major swing high before a sell-off, to the first major swing low, we drew a fib extension. And wouldn't you know it, right here at the 1.618, we were aggressively accumulating because it was holding, right? That was concrete. We've seen this before play out with something like Sol. Again, I'm not going to get into it in this video. I can link some tweets and stuff like that. But point being is, this is why we had conviction on this move. But to determine where we're going to go next, I think we need to break things up just a little bit. All right, we need to go a little bit more granular. All right, so I just posted this on Twitter, actually. But I want to compare and contrast this move right here to the move that we had in early 2023. Now, I view this entire area, all of this wasn't really like an expansion or a markup. This was just a bullish reaccumulation pattern. Okay. I mean, we peaked out here and, basically very end of Q1, and we were more or less capped by this 0.052, 0.051, whatever. I mean, we moved up a little bit, but this wasn't an expansion period. This was a bullish reaccumulation pattern before an actual markup, which of course we ended up having in, November. Okay. So it doesn't really make a ton of sense to overanalyze this, right? I think this high is significant, this low is significant on a high time frame. But when we're talking about where could things go in the short term, I just showed, and I'll overlay this again, right? I just showed why it's significant, right? It printed us a 1.618 and also a 2.618. But even more important than that, we need to analyze these individual markups. Okay. So if we take a look at this move back in early 20, well, I guess late 2022, early 2023, you can see that, after a markup, we had a reaccumulation into another markup. And what did we do? We blasted off. This is on the 2-day time frame. We printed a TD sequential 7, 8, and 9. We front ran the 1.618. Okay. And again, this fib extension is drawn from this pronounced high to the sell-off low. We front ran it, retested the previous all-time high, didn't even close down there. It was just wicks. Then we move up and we tag the 2.618. All right. So let's take a look at where we're at right now. Very similar right here. Pronounced high to sell-off low. All right. We have front run the 1.618. We printed a TD 7, 8, and 9. We are just kind of hanging out right above, right above this range high. Maybe we could dip into it. I don't think we really have to. But ultimately, I am expecting this to resolve in another move up to the 2.618 at 35 or 36 cents, similarly to how this move played out here. And you'll notice time and time again that, a chart will just continue to respect the same fibs on every markup. It's never perfect, right? But more times than not, if a move starts similarly to another one, it will finish somewhat similarly. So again, there's a lot of confluence here at that 2.618. All right. So just a refresher here. Locally, from this high to this low, this multi-month long reaccumulation, we have our 2.618 at 0.35. All right. Now I'm going to throw this back on again, which is our higher time frame fib setup. And look at that. Our high time frame 2.618 is perfectly confluent with our local 2.618, which I'm now going to take off. Look at that. Then I put it on, same exact level, right? Pretty incredible. So I think that the Caspa is just getting ready for this next move up to complete this move up to the 2.618. All right, I think we're getting really, really close. And I think it's going to play, guys. I really think it's going to play. And I think this is just a little pit stop before we ultimately move much, much higher. Again, very similarly to what we saw right over here. Expansion, pause, retest the breakout, and then we finally move up. All right. So don't get bored with Caspa. When everybody else gets bored is when we get focused. All right. You got to get focused. And another significant point here, too, is that when we hit the 2.618, that should take us pretty close to a 10 bill market cap. And again, we might overshoot it a little bit. And I've had this theory that when we finally hit the mysterious, elusive 10 bill market cap is when we're probably going to start seeing like the Coinbase listings and stuff like that. So I won't get into all that quite right now. I don't have enough time. This is only 10 minutes. But while we finish up this video for the remaining couple minutes, I want to take a look at the Caspa BTC chart. All right, Caspa BTC. I mean, look at just for those that need a refresher. All right, if Caspa BTC is doing this and moving up, and this is Caspa denominated in Bitcoin. If it's moving up, that means that Caspa is a better hold than Bitcoin. If it's moving down, that means that Bitcoin's a better hold than Caspa. There's a lot of signal in this chart. Okay. So again, very similarly to this move over here, I am expecting this to just be a little pit stop before ultimately we move much higher and put up this next leg. All right. So I also have some fibs here that I'd like to discuss. I can hide these. Guys, we do the same thing almost every single time. Caspa BTC marks up, bleeds for 65 days. This green box is just to show when things pivot and turn around. So after 65 days, and then look where it tops out, the 3.414. Again, marks up, bleeds for 65 days. Again, then we start to move up, and look where we topped, exactly at the 3.414. Fib extension, again, just from high to low. All right, look at what we did here. Bleed for 65 days, green box, things pivot. What am I expecting? I am expecting the 3.414 again, guys, again. It will continue to play, all right, at least for now. From right here, that's about 200%. So again, if Bitcoin, can chill out above 60K, maybe, this would basically be an additional point of confluence with my 35-cent target. Caspa pulling a 2x, 3x potentially against Bitcoin. I mean, we could even exceed 35, 36 cents. I hope that we flip it and move even higher. But for now, I mean, Caspa BTC looks great as well. It looks fantastic. Let's take a look at Caspa ETH, guys. Very, very similar move here. 65 days of reaccumulation, move up to the 3.618. 65 days of reaccumulation, move up to the 3.618. 65 days of reaccumulation, and we move up to the 3.618, hopefully, right? I do think it looks pretty good here. I think locally, your pullback, could probably come down to this level, right? If we're looking on the lower time frame, and the Caspa BTC chart looks somewhat similar. I think maybe worst case, you could come back and retest this level right here. So that would be maybe Caspa bleeding against Bitcoin another 8%. Who cares? I mean, I don't even know if it will or think that it will. It doesn't matter to me. But if it did, we swept that low, then I think you'd probably pivot off of it pretty aggressively. And, I'm thinking within the next, within the next couple weeks here or less, we should start moving up pretty aggressively for Caspa. But guys, that was it. We're at about the 10-minute mark. This was 10 minutes max, brought to you by Because Bitcoin. Just a reminder, these are daily videos, Monday through Friday. where every morning I drop a alpha filled video in 10 minutes or less. If you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and also subscribing if you are new here. Again, we are growing so quickly. We're almost at 5K subs on YouTube, and it's thanks to your guys' continued daily support of what we are building here because Bitcoin. If you really enjoyed the content and you want to take your trading to the next level, check out the first link in the description below. Take you to our website where you can browse our premium services as well as read testimonials. It's an awesome experience, guys. You get to see behind the curtain on everything that I'm doing in these markets, plus the rest of the Because Bitcoin team. We share all of our active positions, and we will guide you through this next bull market every single day. Every single day. Plus, within the next 60 days, actually less than 60 days, we're dropping our new flagship product called the BB Terminal. It's an awesome product that is sure to take your trading to the next level. You are most certainly going to want to use it. It's basically a Bloomberg terminal, but for crypto guys, it's going to have everything that you need. That will be bundled together with your existing Discord membership. Okay. So if you want to get grandfathered in right now before prices go up, probably about 300%, definitely consider checking out the first link in the description below and getting in sooner rather than later because right now is the only guaranteed 3x in the world. It's guaranteed that you're getting in for a substantially discounted price if you join our premium services right now. But guys, thanks so much for being here. This was 10 minutes max. Again, please like and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.